actually change it into an opportunity. I want to share with you how I became a speaker. Can I share with you how I became a speaker? You know, when people invited me to speak, it's not like I was just, confident. I was actually very nervous. When you actually Google the greatest fear in the world, it's actually public speaking. The second greatest fear in the world is death. So some people would actually rather die before they become a public speaker. And when I was getting in front of some crowds, my palms were sweaty and my knees were shaking, and I felt so nervous. But as I continued to practice, practice makes perfect. Practice makes what? And so now people ask me, are you nervous? I'm not, because I've spoken 3,500 times, and my largest crowd was 800,000 people. I believe one day, India, if you will allow me, you will help me set my own personal record of the largest speaking engagement in my career. I want to one day come to India and speak to over 1 million people. And I'm so thankful for the media attention and the coverage here. But I want you to know that these numbers sounded crazy when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. But I want you to know that I had many obstacles along the way. My mom and dad said, how are you going to make a career out of speaking? My mom said, how much are you going to charge them? I said, I don't know. She said, are you charging them now? I said, no. They said to me, do you know another speaker who actually makes money? I said, no. They said, do you know anything about speaking? I said, no. They said, do you have any invitations right now? I said, no. And they said, well, how are you going to get it? I said, I don't know, but I'm going to try. And so when you look at obstacles, I had no invitations. There was no YouTube. I had no website. And I tell you right now, I did old school marketing style. And instead of me seeing, oh, this is my barrier, this is my struggle, this is my obstacle, no, this is my opportunity to learn about marketing. My obstacle is not my barrier. My obstacle is my opportunity. You see, when people look at me, they know that I'm a strong person. You want to know why I'm a strong person? Because I've been through a lot. And when you look at your life and you go through problems and you go through circumstances, listen to me, don't give up. When you continue on one day at a time and you get through that, do you know what resistance builds in you? Resilience. You cannot be resilient without resistance. Does that make sense? You cannot build up your muscles until you make your muscles feel resistance. Does that make sense? So when you are doing something in your life and you have obstacles, I want you to see the positive side of those obstacles. And I started calling schools. These schools had never heard of me before. And I pick up the phone and I go, boop, 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 brr, brr, hello. And I said, hi, my name is Nick, and I'm wondering if I can come to your school and speak. And they said, no, who are you? I said, well, I have no arms and no legs, and I want to speak at your school. They said, no, sorry, and they hung up the phone. And what did I do? Did I give up? No. Did I call the same school back? No. I called up another school. Boop, 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 brr, brr, hello. Hi, my name is NickVujicic, and I have no arms and legs. Can I come and speak at your school? And they said, no, we don't believe that you have no limbs. Thank you so much. There was also one of the schools that said, please don't come to the school because you're just going to scare everyone. And I want you to know that was offensive. But I want you to know I have a choice. Say that. I have a choice. Say it again. See, you have a choice in how you see failure, and that's the fifth key. Failure is your classroom. When you see obstacles as opportunities, you can't lose. When failure is your classroom, you're a winner. Does that make sense? And number 6 is dream big. We have to dream big. And so as I learned about how to become a speaker and how I called schools for opportunities, I want you to know that I started at the beginning. When you look at people like the person who invented electricity, when we use electricity today, do you know that someone had to make this? You know, someone invented airplanes and someone invented automobiles. It's amazing. What are you going to invent? You could invent something. If someone else can achieve it, then so can you. And if you're not supposed to achieve it, when one door closes, another door opens. Does that make sense? I called 53 schools and they all said no, and then I finally got my yes. And I spoke and it was amazing. And I realized in my life that if I can just